Alright guys, how's it going? Merry Christmas or late Merry Christmas, Happy Boxing Day wherever you are, and if you don't celebrate, Happy Holidays. Gonna go through some big coins today. It's been more than a week, so I want to just go over what we talked about previously. So, let's look at what happened. So we can kind of say, if we look at the weekly, that our target of 108,000 has been rejected, or you can say it's been hit, because this target, there's sometimes when we draw targets, it really it depends on how accurate, right? Like you can't be 100% accurate. So I believe this 108,000 was from this symmetric triangle. So this pull from this, so we actually did a little bit too much. So the target was actually hit. If you take the bodies of the candles and we put it here to the end of this, of the breakout, we've reached it. So to adjust this target, it's 107,000. We wicked above, so we didn't get to break above that. So that's a rejection. Okay, so if that's a rejection, we can just simply say that's it, for the short term. Now this stuff right here goes out the window as well because it didn't break out. So let's cancel those. Now, what happened to our original target of 110, 113K? Let's look at the weekly again. Okay, so this target was from all the way back here, way back when we were at 60K, right? So this bull flag, falling wedge kind of thing. The target was taken from, now if you do this again, from this candle to the bottom of this candle. Let's see if we do it correctly. So that's about right. Now the breakout is here, right? So let's move it over here. About that. Okay, so let's zoom in now. So we are, now let's move this away. Now it's within this window, right? Now let's adjust this even further and say it's right here. So that's 112K to be exact. Okay, it's about 112. Let's see. Right, 111K. Okay, so we're adjusting the target. So that's still a long-term target. So it's about between 111K, closer to 112 to 113. That's counting the wicks, right? So this is the target, this long-term target. So we're not really looking at this as serious, but it's still, if you're long-term hodler, that's what you want to do. But we were almost there anyway, so it's a matter of time before we do. So now that we've hit this target, okay, we can kind of say, okay, we've done our job. Again, none of this is financial advice, right? This is just, we're just teaching how to look at charts. So you see these moving averages are so far apart. Well, we're gonna pull back a little bit. We should be pulling back anyway, right? Because we do have a bearish divergence on the daily. Weekly we don't. right? We have bullish or bearish divergence here. But you can say at the same time we have a hidden bullish divergence. So higher bottom, lower bottom. So which plays out we'll have to see in shorter time frames. So this is what's going on. So we can start looking at resistances. So we have a major resistance at 108, or you could say 108, yeah. And we have another one here. Now let's actually get the volume profile here, because then that helps us a little bit more. So let's get this. The volume profile, yes, we have. So this is the first. We can adjust this slightly. And with another one, the bottom of this, where the wicks are. So we're at the major support here, and then there's not much more support. Perhaps we can do, yeah, this is okay. Or maybe even this part. These bottoms and these tops form another resistance or support. Yeah, so not much. If you want to take a look at a bigger time frame support, we could do a Fibonacci later. So yeah, the next support area will be a range, I would say, right here. 70K to 73K, and then there's 167, and then yeah. So these are some points, some areas to look at. So removing this, what's gonna happen? Well, I don't know. Nobody knows. But at least we are at good support. So let's see. Let's do a Fibonacci. So let's go from here to here. Right. So we are currently rebounding in the 95K, right? So we are at this support, the 236. Then the next one here, and then there's another one which we kind of expected anyway, because that was actually quite accurate. The 382, 50 is not really a support. There should be one here. 618 is the bottom of this, which is also correct. 6.65 is also good. So the golden pocket is right here, which is, if we just delete this, this is the golden pocket, right? Because we had a lot of support, a lot of bounces here. So that's a major support here. So that's the golden pocket. So we don't really need, to be honest, we don't really need the Fibonacci. That just proves the confluence that we've been doing it right. So the bigger picture. Now let's look at some oscillators. Let's delete this for now. So yeah, right. Like we talked about this last time. We were really overbought. Now just cooling down. See if we can get this back down. I should just do blue. Okay, where do I change colors right here? Oops. Okay, so let's do blue. So this should go down, at least at least past the dotted line to actually restart everything, or we could just curve back up, right? So that's things to look at. If we just look at the daily, right? The daily is curving. So if this goes back, then the weekly will keep going. Okay. If not, okay. If this resets and goes back up and does another pump, the weekly will curve and it will just do another run. Okay. So Stochastics are like that. Now this the 4 hour could also dictate the play, go like that, with also with the oops something like that. Or should this should cross. Okay, so that, if it does that, then daily is gonna go start pumping up again, right? So it depends on the time frame you're looking at. Okay, so that's the key things we wanna be seeing the next week or two, and then now look at it. Look at the patterns here. Let's get rid of these. So what does this look like? It does look like a ascending triangle to me. Something like this. We're at the major resistance support, and then this is the top part of the triangle. So we might just see this getting narrower and narrower, and then break out, and then hopefully we see these moving averages kind of meet somewhere here, somewhere in this region here. Right, and then the 4 hour could be differently, right? We could do things slightly different, but you see this kind of plays out a little, right? Like doesn't quite fit, but you can say this is the triangle. We broke out with below support, and we're dumping. So then this, if we look at the 1 hour, this could form a bear flag, and it already did. It's sort of like this. Sort of like this. Or maybe like a ascending triangle, and maybe go back up, right? So it looks like both things could happen. But let's say this is the bear flag, then what we can expect is a dump further down, because this might just curve and just dump again. So 1 hour looks rather bearish. And it's holidays. Nobody's really, no institutions are trading, and so that's one risk. Right? But you see, well, yeah, this is not quite. This could be a double bottom, but it broke it back down. So no, I don't see any other inverse head and shoulders pump. Yeah, 1 hour this looks bearish. Volume's very low, so and then we have the 200 crossing the 200. So that's another bearish sign. So this could act as resistance, the 200. So we could pump up to the 200 and back down. So that's another possibility. So no, I'm not gonna look at the 50. Well, let's look at the 15. Yeah, the 15 looks like it's gonna be a bear flag, and it's gonna dump further. Stochastics are not done yet. And then this signals, if you get a death cross here, you got the 21 crossing. So everything's pointing downwards. In the short term, seems like we've out of gas for the time being. And you see everything is kind of red, right? Total market cap is still holding strong above 3 trillion. Right? But we're close to 4 trillion. So that's quite a loss, and we lost like 500 billion worth of market cap. So total 2 lost about 300. So yeah, these are not looking too good in the short term. On the good side, people are selling or taking profits. So USDT dominance is going back up, but that's only like the last day or so. But you see like an uptrend now. The downtrend is over. Now we have an uptrend. So we have to look at this as well to see how things go. But so far, don't be, there's nothing to be afraid of, nothing to fear. uh, this target we're not going to look at for the short term. It's more like a long term thing. So we remain optimistic, of this. So let's look at this pattern and see how things go, right? We could be doing we could be retesting the 111K, in January, mid of January. All right, guys. Well, and that's it for today's video. Hope you liked it. Make sure you give a thumbs up, and if you haven't followed, subscribed already, do subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification. And we'll see you probably before the new year. I'll do another one, and just right before the new year. All right. Enjoy your holidays. Take care. Stay safe.